Hello, my loves. Welcome or welcome back to Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. I am Monica, the Kismet Chemist, and today we are doing a reading about what your higher self wants you to know about your past life and its impact on your current situation. So, when the inspiration for this reading came in, I was very resistant. While I have done readings for myself and traversed my own past lives, whether that be through regression or cards, I know that sometimes we can find things in our past lives that are hard to face. But I have learned that when Spirit asks, there is a greater meaning, a greater purpose, a greater reason. And this has been a message that I've been getting for about a week now about past life influences on the current situations, current emotions. So what we're going to do here is I've got 3 piles. Each one has a key. The key is to help unlock gifts that you aren't aware of or gifts that feel blocked to you. And we're going to unlock that through looking at past life situations that are currently impacting you. If you do not believe in reincarnation, that's perfectly fine. This could be something from your current life in the past as well. As always, please take only what resonates and leave the rest behind. Use your discernment on this one. And remember that these readings are for a collective. So there may be multiple messages that apply or do not apply to each one of you. I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of time to look over the piles and allow your heart and your intuition to guide you to the pile that feels right to you. And we will get the energy, the themes, the area of life in which it applies, and then we'll see how the situation in the past is applying to the current situation and what to do moving forward. So I will give you guys just a little bit of time, look over the cards, and I will see you at your piles. Hello, pile 1. So let's get into the reading right away. If you chose this pile, these are the messages that you need to hear from your higher self about how your past life is currently impacting your situation. So we're going to start with these 2 cards. And this first one is the occupation or the area of life that is impacting you. And this is the theme of that life that is currently being played out in your present life. That may not necessarily be the theme of your present life as a whole, but it is the current theme that you are working with right now. So first we have the card 12 with courtesan and 43 with justice and injustice. Okay, I'm just taking a little bit of time with the cards. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the archetypes that occurred back then that are playing out right now as well. So first we have Mother. The light attributes are nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy, and giving birth to life. And the shadow attributes are smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. And we're going to put that up here. And then we have Gossip. Light attributes awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. Shadow attributes thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. Okay. Okay. And then we have the Divine Abundance, which is what part of your life right now this energy is directly impacting. And we have the card Flow. Allow me, Divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. So we're going to put this here. And then this is the Akashic Tarot, and it's just going to give a little bit more insight based off of what your higher self wants me to see and wants you to know written in your book of life. So we have the card 18 with Up in the Air, the card 20 with Will, Wisdom, and Mind, and the card 21, Uriel and the Sphinx. And first of all, the Akashic Tarot, these are all considered major arcana cards, which means that currently, right now, this past life is impacting you on a very, very powerful spiritual level. And I'm actually going to start with Uriel and the Sphinx, because with this card, it is about the sands of time and the depths of ourselves and the things that are written in our past. And what I'm getting from this is that you have been feeling a lot of this actual intuitive insight into there being something more that you're not seeing in your current life, but it doesn't feel as though it's attached to your current life. So you actually, from what I'm picking up, you actually have started considering this exact possibility, that it is something from a past life that is impacting here. What I'm seeing is not that you specifically were the courtesan. I'm actually seeing that it was a mother in your life, and this connection between mother and courtesan, it feels as though in this past life there was a lot of discord within the family that you were born into, but there was a lot of issues with your mother in that life. Her employment, a courtesan is, in simplest terms, it's someone who is paid for their body or for their physical uses for another person. And of course, you can see in the card it is quite indicative of prostitution. However, what I'm seeing here is this is more along the lines of it's more about something within power. People in power had been using your mother because she was well known for family gifts. And I'm seeing this like very, very ancient times. You may resonate with gypsies or Romani, travelers, nomads, people who cast lots, throwing coins, throwing stones, throwing bones, throwing bones. And she was consulted in that And those gifts, something happened that she wasn't able to see, but you as a child were able to see. And I'm seeing her having a conversation with someone. And it's almost as if she was trying to protect you, but you didn't understand what was going on. And this caused a rift in your family line with the connection between mother and children. This continual false perception that wasn't quite right. And with the gossip and the justice and injustice card, what I'm picking up from this is do you have issues with authority in this life? Or issues with being an authority in your own life? Issues with making decisions and making choices, deciding definitively and feeling as though it's safe to do so. Also sharing truths with other people. What I'm seeing, there's a multitude of different things kind of playing out in front of me right now, but I am seeing, especially with the justice and injustice and the gossip card, is that as a child you witnessed like a mother or a motherly figure or someone who had nurtured and grown and helped you grow and loved you in a paid position. We're going to say it that way. That just makes more sense. In a paid position, a consulting position, but one in which they felt as though their gifts were not quite respected. However, there were certain circumstances that came about that they could have divulged information and they chose not to. And because of this, they were punished. Alternately, there are some of you who have witnessed that, in which an authority figure, a very feminine energy figure in your life, shared your secrets, and because of that, it wasn't just a betrayal of confidence. It led to very, very serious consequences. I'm seeing like very, this may be a trigger warning. I am seeing this led to I'm trying to think of the word. Spirit, can you please help me with the word? Condemnation. I'm seeing someone being dragged through the streets. Essentially, it led to a death. And so, with this energy here, it feels as though you have been struggling with making a firm decision, with trusting your own intuitive understanding, trusting your own willpower to keep moving forward, your own wisdom. Your mind is like a battlefield. Your mind keeps you up in the air because it doesn't want to go down deep. It doesn't want to sift through these sands. It does not want to face this. And because of that, it's this perpetual, you're moving against the flow of life. You're not able to understand how true flow works. It's a deep, deep, deep sense that if you were to trust yourself and make a firm decision, or trust whatever authority figure it is, whether that be like in life or on a spiritual level, if you were to trust the messages that you're getting on a spiritual level, things in your life wouldn't be up in the air anymore. They would be far more grounded, and then you would actually have to face the grounded reality of what your life is. And you are afraid. You're afraid of being right, is what I'm hearing. Afraid of being right. This pile specifically, it's not just one or two of you. It's this pile specifically. You are afraid of being right. What you're afraid of being right about, I don't know. They're not showing me. I'm not hearing anything, but I feel like it's going to be different for each one of you. But I am seeing 12 and 21, and they're mirrors. So whatever is going on in this life right now, it's mirroring this specific situation. It's showing you a reflection of something that is buried deep within you. And it is something that is being called up because it's time that you trust yourself more. Because if you can't trust yourself, you can't trust the divine. If you can't trust yourself, you can't trust your higher self. If you can't trust yourself, you can't trust anybody else either. So this is all tied together into literally every aspect of your life. And it's sourced from this situation. So we're going to pull some tarot cards here. And these are just a little bit more about how that past life is directly impacting you right now. The Higher Selves and Spirit for pile 1. Okay. Okay, one more. One more. All right, there we go. And they don't want me using the back of the deck energy. They don't want anything occluding this. They don't want you to... It's something about the cards being laid out, though. I'm not really sure. Something about the cards being laid out. If you guys can't tell, I'm a little out of my depth here because it's kind of like my guides asked me to just kind of leap into this, and I'm trying to do this trustingly. So we have the reversed King of Swords, the Page of Swords. Okay. Yeah. The Queen of Cups. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Don't worry, I will explain. And then the reverse Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So, like I said, I was picking up this fear of an authority figure, and the King of Swords is very much the authority figure. To me, the King of Swords is like one step below the Emperor for authority figures, but a lot harsher. So a reversed King of Swords is somebody who is just focused on themselves and their needs and wishes and goals. And because this energy is kind of enmeshed in your energetic field because of this past life or past situation, you feel almost childish trying to come forward and say anything. Like you don't have any authority to say anything. You don't have an authority to speak your truth. You don't have any authority over your life. And because of that, you're not able to fully get in touch with this aspect of your being, this Queen of Cups aspect of your being. It's these two energies are in direct opposition or conflict with these two over here, where the Queen of Cups is usually very insightful and very intuitive, and she knows how to identify her own emotions and how to regulate her emotions and how to give without overgiving. She knows how to take care of herself first and then move forward. And because you are afraid to actually step into the authority that you know over your own mind, over your communication, over what you receive, and over what you want to do in life, emotionally you feel like you're incapable of actually acquiring any kind of abundance or financial security, but you also are crippled with codependency issues. And no judgment here, I've been there. It's because you don't feel as though you are an authority. And the Nine of Pentacles, when it's upright, the Nine of Pentacles, she is the ultimate authority over her own happiness and her own divine flow and her own abundance, because she has worked and put the time in on herself and on her projects. And this right here is really the key. It's knowing that this fear that you have of either being an authority or over an authority figure, it is illusionary. It is illusionary because you are the authority over your emotions, which means that nobody can tell you what you feel or see or experience is right or wrong, because you're the one who knows it. And oh my gosh, you cannot make this up. We've got the Tower in reverse, the Queen of Cups in reverse. See, and this is how it's impacting your current life. The Tower in reverse is like, you know, a change needs to happen. You can feel it intuitively. You know this needs to happen, but you can't see where it's coming. And to me, it feels almost like Spirit is saying, like, and we've got the Justice in reverse card. Oh my gosh. Okay. So with all these reversal cards, whatever change it is that you're supposed to make, and what I can see here is you're literally supposed to change how you view yourself and your gifts, how you view your own emotions and yourself as the authority over your emotions. Until you can turn this tower upside down and literally initiate a tower moment in your life in which you say, okay, I am going to choose this for me. I am going to do what is right for me. These two can't ever be aligned. And your inner self knows, your higher self is saying, this is who you are. You are this Queen of Cups. You do have emotional authority. You do have these intuitive gifts, and you know what the right thing to do for you is. But right now, you're so afraid that it will destroy everything or crumble everything, that you will be actually sought out. And it's literally this fear of authority is in your shadow. This Justice card is one of my favorites because when it reverses, you can literally see it's her shadow. It's simply a reflection or a projection. This past authority issue is literally coming in and showing you what's hidden in your shadow side. And it's asking you to just look, just please look at this and see what the reality is, because the reality is that you're the Queen of Cups, but you have gotten out of sync with your gifts. You've gotten out of the flow of working with your gifts. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault, but you aren't a novice. And you don't have anybody to be afraid of. You're not going to be punished for what you have seen and what you know, or for what you want to do, or for taking care of yourself. You're not going to be punished. You're not being punished. Everything balances out on its own. You just simply need to learn how to trust yourself. And I say simply, but I know it's not a simple task. So let's find out what gift it is that is being impacted. Nope. Okay. Spirit and Higher Selves for pile 1. Okay, Dowsing Rods and the Seeker. What are you looking for? What are you searching for? It's like you can feel a vibration through your whole body, and you're looking and looking and looking and searching, and you can't find it. What are you looking for? And you don't realize that it's within you. Numerology and precision. And now I'm like, oh, it's too many. There's one more in here, and I know there's one more. There's something about sacred geometry as well. It's like you're looking for a precise reason outside of yourself. An exact reason. Something that you can touch, that you can feel, that you can see. And that's not where it's coming from, and you're struggling against that. Yeah, you're struggling against that. Hydromancy and illusion. Hydromancy is it's water scrying, or the art of reading flowers on water or anything like that. So what I'm seeing here is that you feel as though you need to seek something outside of yourself because there's some sort of precise method or way of discovering what it is that's holding you back, but really that's all just an illusion for you. Because what it is that's holding you back is just you. It's your mind. It's your heart. It's this fear. And fear literally creates illusion. And it's like you're afraid of what you've seen, but it's okay to see it. You're not going to ever find an exact answer. I don't know why my voice did that. You're not ever going to find an exact answer for what it is that you're seeking. There's no precise methodology or formula that will tell you all of the truth of your inner being or how to move on. It's about being blind, just being blind in the unknown, and trusting that what you know is not an illusion, trusting that you know that you're on the right path, trusting that you know that you're doing the right thing for yourself, and trusting that you know that it's okay to be an authority in your life. It's almost as if the connection just completely shut off. Pile ones. The one thing that I heard is it's not your fault. This was karmic ancestral. It was in the generations prior, and you are healing it, and you can heal it. You are meant to heal it. You're meant to rise above it, and you will. So I want to say thank you so much for your energy, for enduring this struggle, this internal battle, this external battle. And thank you so much to your higher selves, to spirit, to my higher self, and to my guides for helping facilitate this connection and bring these messages forth. Pile ones, I hope, beyond hope, that you will see the absolute beautiful gifts that you hold within and the power that you have over your own life and over connecting to the divine without fear. I want to say thank you again so much for being here, and thank you for the amazing people that you are. If this video resonated, please hit the like button, share it with somebody who you think might be helped, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I love you all. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the second pile, this is how your past life or past situation is impacting your present situation. So we're going to start with these 2 cards, and this one is actually the area of life or occupation of the past life that is impacting you, and this card is the theme of that past life that is a current theme playing out in your life right now. The theme is not necessarily the overall theme for your life now, but it is a current one that you are dealing with. So let's take a look. We have card number 6 and agriculture, and the card 45 with love and indifference. And I'm just going to take a minute here to get connected to these cards. Okay. All right. And then we have these two archetype cards, and they are archetypal energy from the past life that is impacting currently. So first we have Father, light attributes, talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit, and the shadow attributes are dictatorial control and abuse of authority. And we're going to put that over here. And then vampire. Light attribute makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Shadow attributes depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. Okay. And then here we have the Divine Abundance Oracle card. And this is the area of your life right now that this situation is impacting. And it says right action. Aparigraha literally means let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. I'm going to set this right here. And then these are from the Akashic Tarot, and these are a little bit more guiding insight from your higher self based off of what is written in your book of life to help illuminate a little bit more about the situation. So we have number 9 with Archangel Michael, the King of Forces, and the 3 of Keys, the chess game. Okay. This is about a sense of safety and security, about growing and nurturing things. The agriculture card that I'm picking up, what I'm picking up from this is actually not specific to agriculture. I'm getting this energy of planting and sowing. You reap what you sow. Kind of like a karmic cycle. And the Father energy, it's like there was no, in this past situation or past life, for a lot of you, I feel very strongly this is more tied to a past situation in your life. There was this sense that there was never enough love or affection or safety or security from your father. It was almost like he played hot and cold, and what you didn't realize is that it really was very much like a what we call an energy vampire. But it wasn't. It's almost like this long line of masculine energy that is skewed. It's skewed towards really growing into love, growing into doing the things that you love, and trusting that it's okay to recognize when something isn't right for you. And that inability to recognize is because there's this sense that I have to do it all, and so I can't do the things that I love. I have to just say, you know what, I'm going to walk away from that. And with Archangel Michael here and the King of Forces, Archangel Michael is the protector angel. He is the protector angel, and he's literally, like, his energy in this pile is literally coming in to say it's safe for you. Like, it's okay to feel secure in your masculinity. I may have a lot of women in this pile because it's almost like you feel like you can't be strong and assertive. It's what it feels like is almost as though you feel like you have to take on the role of a codependent person, as though it's expected of you. You're not, it's not expected of you to be more masculine, to balance these aspects out. And this chess game is, it talks about almost like a political level of chess, where it's this strategery, like, and that is what it feels like with right action. It's like you're trying to continually calculate things, and that's what I see here with this vampire. And I can't even tell you what's behind this image, but to me this almost looks like mathematical calculations written down on a piece of paper. There's something with your past situation in your past life in which the masculine energy was really skewed in the wrong direction. It was skewed in the direction of not really growing into what it should have been. And it's not a specific, I'm not seeing like a specific person or situation in the past, but it's this energy flux of, it's not safe for you to stand in your own power on a masculine side. It's not safe for you to take asserted action on a masculine side because it's not seen as being okay. It's seen as being wrong. You're meant to be soft and gentle, and you're not meant to do the hard work. But there's something at the root of this that feels very much like it's saying, okay, it's time to really bring into balance this idea of what masculine and femininity is, and let go of what used to be the perception of. It's, you know, I'm reminded of a conversation that I had with my aunt one time where she said, you know, you live in a day and age where the people that are your generation are able to stand in their own power. Like, women are able to stand in their own power. Women are encouraged to stand in their own power, to speak up, to speak their truth. I didn't grow up in that. And she said, it amazes me to see you doing this because I did not have that. I did not grow up in that. And that's kind of the energy I'm feeling here, as though you grew up with this perception of what right and wrong is, what you can and cannot do, what you are and are not meant to do, what you should love and what you shouldn't love. And it has created this sense of being unsafe, being ungrounded, being unsure, this deep, deep doubt. This deep doubt within you. And because of that, more often than not, there's this shadow attribute that comes out where it seems as though you're just constantly defeating yourself and complaining and hurting others, but that's not the case. It's your shadow of doubt is coming out. You're not naturally that way. But you feel like you have to play this constant game, this constant battle. Like, I have to constantly calculate what move to make and what move is safe for me to make. And because of that, you're stuck in your head so often that nothing that you plant as far as, like, in this life, nothing that you are trying to do or grow or become is able to fully take hold because you won't let yourself love it. And that's because you won't let yourself love all aspects of who you are without feeling as though you have to calculate how much you can give on this level, how much you can give on this level. It's about the masculine energy that you're working with needing deep healing, because masculine energy is not in and of itself a bad or a negative energy, but there's a perception of that within your energy field that makes you push away what it is that you truly want and cling to the things that are really very toxic for you. And it's draining you. It's draining you mind, body, and soul right now. And Archangel Michael coming in, I can feel his energy coming in right now. And his energy is very powerful with me. But at the same time, it's a power that is a gentle power. They talk about, I think it's the BFG by Roald Dahl and the gentle giant. I could be wrong that that's the gentle giant, but it's the big friendly giant. But that's the energy that I always get from Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael feels like he's coming in and saying, can you please let me show you what divine masculine energy feels like, so that you can identify it within yourself, so that you stop playing this strategic game of how do I move and where do I move, and keeping yourself very indifferent to whatever progress you make, and not allowing yourself to really take that right action, but also not allowing yourself to feel when that right action actually is right. And we have 9, 9, 6, and 3. And 6 and 3 together are 9, but it feels like this is coming to a close for you, and you're working really hard on closing this out. And a very good way to do that is to call in Archangel Michael and say, can you please come in and help me? Can you please guide me? Can you please surround me and protect me and help me understand? And he will help show you the King of Forces that exists within you, so that you stop living in this chess game, this strategy game of trying to predict everybody else's moves and trying to predict what is going to happen and who is going to hurt you and who is going to help you, because you don't need to do that anymore. So we're going to get just a clear idea here. These are going to be based off of how your past life is impacting this current one. Now that we see the energy and situation, we're going to see how it bridges over. Higher Self and Spirit for, okay, pile 2. We have the card number 7, the Chariot. Yeah, and the Chariot, again, it's a card of victory, but it's a card that's about balancing the light and the dark attributes. These two Sphinxes, one of them is silver and one of them is gold, but in traditional tarot, it's one is white and one is black, and it signifies both the light and the dark within us all, or the masculine and feminine within us all. And then we have Justice in reverse. And again, the Justice card, in this situation, it's about an imbalance. That's the energy that I'm picking up. And then we have the King of Cups. Yeah, the King of Cups is the epitome to me. It is the epitome of divine masculine. It is the divine masculine who knows the ins and outs of his emotions. He knows the truth and the depth of what he feels, and he uses those emotions to come forward. And on this card, I see Saturn sitting here. And Saturn is not often associated with emotions, but to me, Saturn is very King of Cups. Saturn to me is not this like karmic retribution planet, but his energy to me feels more along the lines of the loving coach, like the hard coach, but the loving coach, the one that wants you to excel so they will push you. And there's a female on the Chariot card, and then you've got the King of Cups, and it may be that the feminine aspect has now become very hardened because you perceive that that's the necessity in order to be in the masculine energy, but you've hardened your feminine aspect. It's this imbalance because the feminine energy that I'm picking up feels more masculine and the masculine energy feels more feminine, but it's not true to their nature because your feminine energy has hardened so much that it's out of balance with being able to receive. Your feminine energy is continually trying to give or trying to push things. And your masculine energy is going, can you please get in touch with your emotions so that we can get this balanced out and situated? And until then, everything is going to be out of balance and it's going to feel wrong. Okay, let's see what current situation it is. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. No. Okay. we have the Two of Pentacles, again, about balance, the Chariot in reverse, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Wands in reverse. All of them reversal cards. That's why I had to double check that those were the right ones. And again, you can see here that there's this imbalance. There's this reflection energy, and on this Chariot card it's a man on top, and you can see the white and the black horses. Your mind is, it's kind of like, it's almost as if you won't allow any kind of new ideas or inspiration to come in, because this imbalance is in place between these three cards here. In your guys' natal chart, you may want to check and see if you have an aspect called a grand trine. It's three energies connecting to each other, and one of them may be in the 3rd, the 11th, and the 7th house is actually what I'm seeing. The 3rd, 11th, and the 7th house, which means it would be communication and relationships, and then your dreams and wishes and how you come into the collective and meet with people. If that energy is not, if you don't understand that energy, or if it's not flowing quite properly, there is a seeming imbalance. And this is air energy houses, which explains this Ace of Swords. So if I'm going beyond you guys right now, give me just a minute. I am at the mercy of what I channel. The Two of Pentacles is all about balance. It's balancing two things. Balancing two things that you love, two things that are important to you. Balancing light and dark, balancing your masculine and your feminine. But because it's the Pentacles, this is something that you have been working on. This is something in the physical world that this is impacting. It may be your finances are being impacted, and you have this uphill battle and this weight on your shoulders, and you don't know how to do it, and you feel like you are going to crumble and fall, and just you can't get out of it because you don't know what to do. You don't know which action to take. There is some sort of off-kilter balance, like I said, with your energy of emotions and mentality and belief in yourself because of this situation. Whether it is with an actual father figure, or whether it is with masculine examples in your life, even through school and learning, or out in the world, it may be a boss situation, especially with it being with your finances in this chess game. It almost feels like you're dealing with a boss where you want to speak up for yourself, but you don't know how to speak up for yourself. And it's about knowing that if you stand up for yourself, you start balancing these things out, because you're doing it from the right state. It's not about the wrong state. It's not about needing to make sure that everybody else is happy, is what I just heard. Like, needing to make sure everybody else is taken care of. It's needing to make sure that you know that what you're doing is the right thing to do. And that comes from within, but it comes from balancing within, because you can't, it's like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I can't find balance in this, and it's all too much. And if I drop anything, everything's going to fall apart, and your mind is going and going. And that's why I was picking up the 3rd, 11th, and 7th house. Can I get a little bit more about what gifts this is unlocking to help them move forward? What gifts for pile 2 is being unlocked? What gifts? Spirit and higher selves of pile 2. What gifts? Can I please... Are you guys very resistant to psychic gifts? Of any sort? Fire and spontaneity. So this may have to do with fire energy in your chart, the lack of it, and dictionary and communication. What were they saying? The air houses are all about communication. So you may have fire in your air houses, in your 3rd and your 7th and your 11th houses. And that energy, air mixed with fire, can fuel the flames, and you can act rashly, and then you can be told, and especially as a child, you can be told that you need to calm down, you're in the wrong, or if you're in a situation where someone is diminishing you, or you have this person who is depleting you for themselves, you can deal with somebody saying that. Like there's a lot that I'm seeing here, but there's something within your natal chart that is getting triggered here. All right, can I get one more? Yeah, okay. See, I told you guys, astrology and destiny and clouds and mystical. Okay, so and on the back we have feathers and messages, and I was told not to use the back of the deck for just about all of them, except for you guys with this one. Clouds, feathers, there's something about these shimmerings. Have you been seeing orbs of light around you a lot, and you told somebody and it didn't go well? Like I said, there's something within your astrology chart, and you almost feel as though it feels to me as though somebody had told you that it was just you had your head in the clouds and you needed to just stop. You needed to get real, is what I just heard. Get real, get right. Something has made you feel as though the things that you know and have seen and the messages that you've received, it's like you want to shut off any kind of spiritual gift and get back to the real world. I'm not really sure about, I don't know, back to the real world, I don't know. But there's something in the stars, in the charts, that would help you in this situation. And it's about communicating the mystical. It's about communicating with the mystical. It's about communicating with your higher self. And your destiny is calling to you, and calling and calling and calling and calling and asking you, can you please touch this, taste this, experience this? Can you please take action towards this? Can you please see that it's okay to let this situation go? That it's okay to follow the things that you love? That it's okay to be receptive and soft, but it's also okay to be definitive and firm and know where you're going, but do it from a place from the heart. It's okay to be in your heart at all times, because when you do that, nothing's going to fall apart. It's not going to fall apart. We're coming forward to tell you that it's not going to fall apart, and all you need to do is trust and open yourself to love. That is the message that I'm getting for you guys. And this is what I'm seeing is opening for you. Please let me know if this resonated, or let me know what you find in your astrology chart. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it, because I love astrology. I am an avid reader and studier of the planets and the stars, and I would love to know what it is that you have been holding yourself back on, but what's in your chart that you can help find balance with. There are answers there for you. I can feel it. Pile twos, my dears. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me read your energy. Thank you to your higher selves for bringing forth these messages. Thank you to your guides, to my guides, to spirit, to my higher self, for this amazing group of people. Please go ahead and like this video, share it out if it resonated. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell so that you get notified when I post next. I am so grateful for you guys, and I know that you can get through this, and I know that you'll find the answers that you're searching for. I truly believe it. I love you all. I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the third pile, these are the messages about your past life and how it relates to your current situation. And before I even get into the cards, when I was shuffling your cards, the first thing that I noticed was a lot of them were very, very resistant right up until the end. And in the end, you actually got one more card than all the other piles did. I have a lot of pressure in my third eye. There's some pain in my back, but I feel very nauseous. And it's almost this sense of trepidation and or like hesitancy. So hesitancy. And so I'm going to ask you guys here to take a deep breath with me. So go in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Okay. That feels a lot better. I don't know if you have a lot of fear surrounding past lives. Maybe you've done a past life regression and it brought up a lot of painful memories or painful realizations, painful images. But please know that you are safe in this environment, and these are messages that are meant to help you. They are not meant to cause you pain. They are not meant to scare you. They are meant to help you become more aware and become more open. So this first card that we're going to start with is about the theme, the occupation, or what area in your life that is correlated to both the past life and your present life. And this is the theme from that past life. The theme from the past life is not necessarily the theme overall of your life now, but it is the theme that is playing out in your life now that is related to this past life. So we have the card 5 and education, and the card 50 and betrayal. And we've got 2 5s here. So it's a lot of change, a lot of fluctuation. Okay, we're gonna keep pulling the cards. Please don't be alarmed by the betrayal card. I do understand. So these here are the archetype cards, and the archetypes are going to tell kind of what energies, what placements in life, whether it's related to people or your past or your childhood, that this is relating to. So first we have athlete, light attributes, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit, and shadow attributes are misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, and entitlement. I'm actually going to put this over here. And then we have alchemist, light attribute, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom, shadow attribute, misuse of the power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. Okay, I do have a picture that's coming through more clearly here. This is the divine abundance card, and this is going to show what area of your life right now this situation is impacting directly. And it is outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will, release me from my attachments, surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I am open to receive. Okay. And then these are the Akashic Tarot cards, and these are messages from your higher self that are from your book of life that will help show me a little bit more about the situation that occurred in the past, but also the carryover to now. So we have the Three of Roses, loving elementals. The Six of Roses, the War of the Roses. I'll put these here. Six of Forces, the Waterfall. And Two of Scrolls, Two Worlds. Okay. Okay. What I'm seeing here is in your past life, there was a teacher, someone who, not quite a teacher, it was more like a mentor who was trying to help guide you and lead you, but they told you that what they were teaching you were secrets. And so they made it feel as though you were in on a secret. And in reality, what they were doing was using your gifts. It was a sense of like, I'm going to take what you know and I'm going to use it for myself. And they betrayed you. And that betrayal really, like, and the thing is the pain that I was feeling in my back is literally right where this knife is. It was as though someone that you deeply, deeply trusted stabbed you in the back. And what it did was it split your perception of spirituality in the physical world. And then everything became a battle. Like, so in your past life, when you were a child, it was well known that you were very gifted. It was well known that you were very gifted. And what I'm seeing is you were sent to, this almost feels like, it almost feels like a young adult novel, but you were sent to this school to learn. And I'm seeing medieval times. I see castles, like stone castles. It was medieval times, and they sent you to develop your gifts because they wanted to know more about what it was that you knew. And there were promises that were made to you to take care of your family, to make sure that your financial life would be handled. And so you were very, very open. You're very open. But this betrayal that occurred here, the athlete that I'm feeling is not, it's not about games or anything like that. It's more about what I just heard is might makes right. And that the waterfall is all about strength, but it's about your inner strength. You know, the waterfall falls down and it builds up this reservoir underneath. And it's really about knowing your inner strength. But there's something here where you had gifts. Oh, okay. It's like you had gifts and you were trained and you were the strongest and the smartest and everybody loved you. And war broke out. And it was war between where you were educated and where you were born. And it split your world in two. You had to choose. It was a betrayal of a magnitude that you couldn't have ever fathomed. Everything that you loved from your childhood, you were being asked to go to war with. and I'm seeing soldiers in chainmail, right? The armor, and yeah. And they wanted your strength. You know, this almost gives me a Troy vibe. I'm almost getting a Troy vibe from this. But you were the one that got betrayed, and because of that, it was your spirituality that brought you forth to this place, but it was your physical strength that they wanted. It wasn't your gifts. And so in this life, you were very, very closed off to spirituality, because in that past life, you had those two melded together. And when you were betrayed, it was a betrayal of everything. It was a betrayal of your perception of spiritual gifts and spiritual abilities and the spiritual lifestyle, because they took that and they used it against you and against the people that you love. And no matter the amount of strength that you had, it was you that fell during this. It was you that fell. It was the people that you love that fell. This War of the Roses, the green flag that falls is emblematic of the heart chakra. And then you've got the blue and the yellow on each side. So it's a will of power versus communication of might. And I keep hearing might makes right. And the imagery that I'm getting is quite graphic. I'm not going to share it with you guys, but it was very traumatic for your soul. On a soul level, it was very traumatic for your soul. And it created a block. Like, it's like a boulder or a block that I'm seeing. But the thing is you know how to change this internally. It requires you to be open. So these are going to give me a little bit more insight into this past life. I understand now why I am seeing the imagery, but I'm having a hard time getting it out. I'm having a hard time actually being able to perceive beyond your actual block right now. And this is what your higher self seems very concerned about, is that your block is actually creating blocks for any kind of messages to come forth, to come through to you. It's a blockage that you have created that's so strong that the perception of a message for you is not coming through the way that it should be. So we have the reversed Ten of Cups and the reversed Knight of Wands, and you can even see it. You can see him on his horse. And that's, the Knight of Wands is this quick fire energy, this rapid moving forward, action-oriented energy. And the Ten of Cups in reverse is like everything. Your home, your family, your happiness, your love. It all just fell apart, broke apart. It was just lost. It was lost in this battle, this battleground. Three of Swords in reverse. And the King of Wands in reverse. You guys have a lot of reversals. It's distortion energy. It's this distortion energy. There was some sort of, and this King of Wands is that's that role model energy that I'm getting. Is it's created the illusion that anybody who is here to help you is going to harm you in this life, because you were hurt so deeply in a past life. This battle, this war that waged, what was lost was so great, and that it really does come from the fact that you loved so deeply. You were so 100% loving and open back then, and the loss that you suffered during this past life was so great, and it came from someone that you trusted so intrinsically that it has created this blockage, this illusion that You will always be hurt. Okay, this is going to be how it's tying into this life. We have 17, the star. It's tying into your hopes and wishes. It's tying into your dreams, the things that you want, the things that you'll allow yourself to believe in, the illumination and the things that you'll allow yourself to hear, to see, to know, to feel. See, and now you have a bunch of cards that want to come out. It's almost like seeing it is relieving it. And, okay. See, the cards are literally flying. Okay. Okay, they want me to take all of them. And I wasn't going to use the back of the deck energy, but they said I should show you this. The Six of Cups is literally about the past. It's about memories of the past, things from the past that are coming in. Okay, they want it up here because they want you to stop doubting. They want you to stop fighting this. This has been trying to come through, and we've got the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse on both of them. Okay. And then we have the King of Cups upright, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and the Two of Swords in reverse. Okay. On the plus side, I love seeing the Nine of Swords and the Two of Swords in reverse because it's literally like as soon as you break yourself out of your mindset here, as soon as you see that you can trust other people again, you're going to have a lot more illumination. And it's not just trusting other people, it's trusting you, because this is your signifier card right now. This is you learning to be the master of your emotions and your gifts, and learning to be in touch with these things, because you have been wishing and hoping, but you can't quite get in touch with your dreams because you're in this state of everything is upside down. It's topsy-turvy. There are only two upright cards here, and that's the Star and the King of Cups, and it's literally like, can you please make a wish and let things turn back the right way? And that explains so much, because this key that I put on your pile, the other ones were very straight, and this one was like, no, it needs to be turned. It needs to be turned. It's because everything is kind of topsy-turvy. Your perspective is very topsy-turvy, and it's because something is backwards. It's reversed. It's not making sense to you because it's presenting in the wrong way. So you see yourself as in a state of, I'm going to get out, I can't get out of this, I'm suffering, I can't do this, but you don't realize that you're not in this energy. You think that everything that you build and grow dies. You think that you really aren't truly abundant. You aren't truly worthy of anything. And you think that you can never get out of your head and never, it's this constant, I'm never going to be able to do this. I'm not worthy of it. Everybody will hurt me. Everybody will destroy me. Anything that I touch is destroyed. And the more you tell yourself these things, the more it blocks you from your blessings. But this, an outrageous openness, the King of Cups, that's literally what this understanding is meant to bring you forward. The things that happened in the past, and you cannot change them, but you can grow beyond them, and it is something that you are meant to learn. Not everyone is here to betray you. Not everyone is going to take from you and harm you and hurt you. The things that were experienced back then were experienced in order for you to learn and to grow. So can we see what area in gifts and divination this is impacting my pile of threes? What area is this? Okay, we have geomancy and patience, astrology and destiny, Ogum and nature. Anything else? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Phrenology. This is why I felt like there was more. Phrenology and certainty. And then we've got aura and observation, and I'm going to put that with nature. destiny, and augur, mastery. It is literally your destiny to master this situation. It is your destiny to master it. And the thing is you have been constantly holding yourself back because you are telling yourself that I've got to be patient, I have to be certain, I have to know, I have all of that. But the thing about phrenology is that they used the shape of the skull to study certain aspects about it because they thought that the shape determined whether a person was good or bad or right or wrong or smart or dumb or emotionally capable or not. But there is no certainty in phrenology. You can sit and calculate the numbers and the possibilities and look at all the times and keep count and keep score of all these things and think that I'm just waiting it out, I'm just waiting it out, I'm just waiting it out. But that there's no certain time frame for something to happen. You have to be open to the change. And the best, what I'm seeing here is this is how it's holding you back. These areas are holding you back because you think that you need to be more patient and you need to wait, and it's like you're watching the ticking of the clock and you're thinking about the past over and over and over again, and you're like, I just need this certainty, I need this affirmation, I need this confirmation that I can move into my destiny. Ogham nature talks about the natural cycles of things, Celtic traditions and getting back in touch with nature, and then you've got aura and observation, and not a lot of people are able to actually physically see auras. How long have you been able to, and when did you stop allowing yourself to see it? Because that observational ability that you have is part of your nature. It is part of who you are. It's something that you've been doing since you were a child, something you've done in all your past lives. It's part of your nature. And it is your destiny to master this stuff. It really is. You don't have to keep blinding yourself to the truth of who you are because you're afraid that you're going to see things that you don't want to, or you're afraid that somebody is going to see something in you and attack you or betray you or anything like that. When you keep all of that within your energy field, you infuse everything that you do with this fear that it's not going to work out. But you are destined to master this situation. You are destined to master far more than this situation. You are destined to become the Nine of Pentacles in your life. You are destined to overcome this and to become the alchemist again in this life, and to know that you're not going to be betrayed. Many times when we have a past life situation that involves betrayal, that doubt and insecurity and struggle with trust carries over, and it carries over in generations to come. Generations. And that's what that loving elemental card really felt like to me, is it's generations of this have been battling this, and you're the one that's here to master it. You came here to do this. You came here because you were the start. Now you are the finish. You are going to change the actual nature of the way that you observe the world, the way that your family is observed, the way that you see destiny, the way that you see everything, because it's time. Because the lessons are fresh and ripe and ready to be looked at, to be overcome, and to be transcended through integration. That's what alchemy is. It's taking one thing and making it into something new. Through transmutation. You are energetically and emotionally transmuting right now. And it comes from having a world split. And I don't mean on the timeline level that we talk about a lot in spirituality. I mean your perception of the physical world and the spiritual world was shattered as being connected. And in this life, you are repairing that. You are bridging them back together. You are seeing the nature of it all. The truest nature of all of us, and how interconnected we all are. How the spiritual and the material flow and work together. And you're learning to master this because you have stepped into your destined path now. You've been patient long enough. You have all the certainty that you need. Spirit has given it to you hand over fist. You are absolutely stepping or have stepped into the right area. And it's time for you to allow the changes to occur by letting yourself be open, because it was not your fault and you are not going to be betrayed this time because you have healed it this time. The second you took that first step into something that you didn't know and you couldn't see and you couldn't foretell or fathom or calculate, the second you did that, you stepped onto your destined path. That path that you are destined for, to become a master, to master this stuff, to master the spiritual and the physical realms together, to harmonize it, to get back to your essence, your nature, your inner being, to see, to hear, to know, to feel, and to be 100% true, so that things stop looking so topsy-turvy and you start seeing the reality and the truth of your own inner light. Pile 4s. It has not been an easy road for you. It is pile 3. I apologize. Maybe the number 4 is significant for you. But I know this has not been an easy road for you. This has not been an easy battle, but you're not battling anymore. And you don't need to worry. You're not going to be betrayed, and you will never be abandoned. Ever. By your spiritual team. You are never going to be abandoned. I don't know who needed to hear that, but somebody did. I am certain for you that you are stepping into your destiny. And I am also certain that it is needed in this world. I know how hard it is to overcome betrayal. It is incredibly difficult. And I see what a battle it's been, and I know how nauseating it is for you to think that somebody that you love may do this to you again. I know. You're not alone. You're never alone. Pile 3s. Thank you for being you. Thank you for persevering, for keeping going forward, for keeping being that light. Thank you. I want to say thank you to Spirit, to your guides, to my guides, to your higher selves, to my higher self. Thank you so much for this insight, illumination, and these messages. Pile 3s, thank you so much for being here. If this resonated, please like the video and share it, but let me know down in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. You can also hit the subscription button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I love you all, and I wish you the best. Bye.